Hello everyone, welcome back to our tutorial series. In the last class, we have done some coding on internal table. We will continue with that with few more programs. So in the last class, we have discussed about this program. Okay, I hope you understand this program. Now we will continue with our new program. So what we have done here, we have defined one internal table with help of keyword data IT underscore LFA1 like LFA1. So we are referring to standard table LFA1. So the number of fields present in LFA1, if we double click on this, the number of fields in LFA1 will be there in our internal table IT underscore LFA1. Okay. IT underscore LFA1 like LFA1 occurs 100. Okay. So how many fields it has? It has 147 fields. So 147 fields will be transferred to our internal table IT underscore LFA1 with header line. Okay, we have defined it. We defined the internal table with header line. So we don't need explicit work area for selecting the data and retrieving the data from our internal table. Okay, so we have defined our internal table data IT underscore LFA1 like LFA1 occurs 100 with header line. Now we will put the data in our internal table from standard table LFA1. So what we will do here, we will use select statement. In the previous program, we have select star. We have used select star from LFA1 into table IT underscore LFA1. So what the system will do here, it will select all the data of all 147 fields from LFA1 and it will directly put into internal table body. Okay, it will not directly go to header, but it will directly put into internal table body. Okay, so similarly here what we have done, we have selecting only 3 fields. Okay, we don't need all 147 field data, we need only 3 field data based on our requirement. Suppose we get one requirement in our company to fetch the data from a standard table, only particular fields, then we have to use those particular fields here. Now what are the particular fields we have used here? Listener, name 1 and land 1. Okay, so select listener, name 1, land 1 from LFA1, from standard table LFA1 into corresponding fields of table IT underscore LFA1. Why we are using this syntax into corresponding fields of table? Because this listener, name 1 and land 1 will go to the corresponding fields of table IT underscore LF1. So in IT underscore LF1 also we have listener. So this listener value will go to the listener field of IT underscore LF1. Name 1 will go to name 1 of IT underscore LFA1 and land 1 field value goes to IT underscore LFA1 land 1 value. So what is the syntax? Select listener, name 1, land 1 from LFA1 into corresponding fields of table IT underscore LFA1. Okay, so all the records of these 3 fields will directly go to body because we are using the keyword table here. Okay, remember I have defined in the last class also, if we use the keyword into table, so we don't need to use select and we don't need to put single one by one record into our header then body. We don't need to pass to header first then to body first. We can use the syntax into table IT underscore LFA1 with help of select keyword. Okay, so all the data from LFA1 will transfer to our body of internal table. Similarly here all the data of these 3 fields will transfer to the body of internal table IT underscore LFA1. Now we will fetch the data from internal table body. All the data are in internal table body. Now we will fetch the data with help of loopet. Okay, loopet and end loop. So what we will do here, loopet internal table body into internal table header, because we have already defined the internal table with header. So we don't need work area here. So if I remove this IT underscore LFA1 also, system will directly understand that loop at IT underscore LFA1 means it will fetch the data from body. Okay, fetch the data from body and it will put it in header, similar to IT underscore LFA1. Okay, IT underscore LFA1 into IT underscore LFA1. Just give me a moment. Okay, so now we will do the fetching of data from internal table body to header. So loop at IT underscore LFA1 means by default from body to header. Okay, from body to header. Or we can write it as loop at IT underscore LFA1 into IT underscore LFA1. Right? Okay. After 10 space, slash 10 means after 10 space. Site abix. What is the site abix? Site abix is our system variable which will display the serial number or the record number of the record number. Okay, serial number or record number. So what are the fields we are fetching? We are fetching internal table listener IT underscore LFA1 hyphen listener, IT LFA1 hyphen name 1, IT LF1 hyphen land 1, listener name 1 and land 1. All the values of listener name 1 and land 1 and loop. Now what we will do, we will save the program. Okay, we will check syntax. Okay, we are getting warning, so no need to worry about warning. If we are getting error means then only we have to check the program. But here we are getting warning, but we will describe the warning message also. The work area IT underscore LFA1 has more fields than selected. Okay, so we have our header line IT underscore LFA1 is there, right? We have header line is there. So it is saying it has more fields than selected. So now in our internal table, we have 147 fields, right? We have 147 fields because we have transferred 147 fields from LFA1 to our internal table IT underscore LFA1. But we are selecting only 3 fields. Okay, 3 fields value. Rest 144 fields will column will remain empty. So that will consume memory of the system. That is why we are getting warning message. Okay, because we are selecting only 3 fields, rest 144 fields will remain empty. That is why the memory consumption will more. So it is giving us warning. But in real time, when you work in a company, you will get your requirement as per the business. Okay, you will not work on standard fields. Here we are just for training purpose, we are using standard fields, but in real time you will get to work on your custom tables. Okay, you will create your custom tables, you will create some few columns, and based on that few columns you will create internal table and you will use the custom table and internal table as per business need. You don't need to work on standard tables. These are only for training purpose. And even if you work on some standard tables also, you will work within some restriction. Not on, you will not take all the fields. Okay, that is why we are getting warning message. So we can ignore this warning message also. Just a moment. Now we will execute the program and we will see the results. So we have activate this program. We need to activate this program. We have already checked the syntax and we get this warning message. Now we will activate the program. We can ignore warning message. We don't need to worry about warning message. And we will execute the program. Okay, so this is our site abix value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our listener value. This is our name 1 and this is our land 1. Okay, so this is our result. Now we will go back. Now we can do this with work area as well. Okay, we can take it as work area also. So what we will do here, we will take the work area. We'll see how we'll get the result with help of work area. Now we have defined here internal table with header line also. So, and we have defined our work area also. Okay. So we have defined work area as well, WA underscore LFA1 like LFA1. Now select listener name1 land1 from LFA1 into corresponding fields of table IT underscore LFA1. So we are directly putting the data into our table. Now here what we will do, while fetching the data, we are fetching from body to work area, okay, into WA underscore LFA1. Now site epics. Now where we are displaying the data, we are displaying data from work area. We will fetch the data from body of internal table, put it into work area. But in the previous program, what we have done here, we fetch the data from body and we'll put it into our header IT underscore LFA1 only, because there IT underscore LFA1 is body and IT underscore LFA1 is header. But here, instead of putting into IT underscore LFA1 header, we are putting it into work area. So we will display from work area. So this will be WA underscore LFA1 hyphen listener, WA underscore LFA1 hyphen name1, and work area hyphen land1. Now we will check the syntax. Same warning message, no issue. We will activate that and we will execute. Same result. Okay. We have done this program with help of only internal table, with header and with work area also. Okay. Now what we will do, we will do some modification. We will do some more requirement. Now here we are selecting all the fields value. Okay. All field value, listener, name1, land1 value, all the values of these three fields. Now we will select only particular field data. Okay. Or maybe a particular country data. So what we will do here, we will use parameters keyword. Okay, what we are doing with help of parameters keyword, we defined one user input value field. Okay, user input value. So P underscore land1 is a user input value field where user will give the required country. Based on that required country, we will fetch the data. Okay, P underscore land1 is our parameter where user will put his data, country like US or German or India or whatever. Based on that value, we will fetch the data. Now select listener name1 land1 based on this, right? Based on user input value, right? We will select all the values based on user input value. So we will select the data from LFA1. We will put it into internal table where land1 is equals to P land1. Okay, where land1 is equals to P land1. Okay, now similarly we will display the results. We'll check syntax. We'll get the warning message, no issue with that. We'll activate that. We'll execute. So once we executed the program, we are getting the selection screen. What is the parameter? P underscore land1. Suppose user will give the value US for country US. Now we will execute the program and we will get the data from US. Only the data from US, not all the data. Okay. There are only 2 records for US. Similarly, if we try for DE, German, how many records? We have 11 records for Germany. Okay. So we can modify the program based on user requirement or business requirement. Here, what is the requirement? Based on user input value, we need to fetch the country data, country related data. Similarly, we can use listener also. Okay, we can use vendor number also. This is listener means vendor number. Okay, if we use the vendor number, then we have to give a particular vendor number, and based on that vendor number, we can fetch the data. Now we will see few more things. Now we will define one parameters user input value. Okay, user input value. I will comment it out. We don't need this land1 value and we will remove this one. Okay, we will perform some more activities like delete statement. Okay, What is delete statement? Deleting means deleting a particular record from internal table. We will use delete keyword. Okay, what we will use? We will use delete keyword. Now, this is our vendor number. We want to delete this vendor number. So for that, parameters, we will define one parameters p underscore listener like LFA1 listener. Okay. So what we will do, we will not hard code it. We will, it will depend on user input p underscore listener LIFNR. Okay. So what we have done here, we are defining one internal table and work area. Okay. Then we have defined one parameter. What is the parameter? P underscore listener is the parameter. It is a user input field value p underscore listener. So here in this field value, user will give vendor number. Vendor number. Okay. So based on this vendor number, we will fetch the data. Based on this listener, we will delete this particular record. Okay. The number. We will select all the data from internal table from LFA1 and we will put it into internal table. Now we will use the delete keyword to delete the particular vendor number that user will give here. Okay. So why we are taking this parameters keyword, this user input field value, user will give some vendor number and we will delete that particular record. Okay. So what is the syntax for deleting a particular record? Delete IT underscore LFA1 where listener equals to p underscore listener. Okay. So we are selecting these three field values, listener, land on all the values from LFA1 to internal table. And from this all values, we are deleting this particular record, which is given by our user. So we will check syntax. Okay. We will activate. And we will execute. Suppose listener user will give 10,000 and we will execute. What is the, okay, 10,000 is not in our database. So we will delete this first record. Okay. 1 lakh, right? So we will delete this record 1 lakh. Now we will execute. See, the first one is gone. The first 1 lakh record is vendor number 1 lakh is deleted from the internal table. It will start from 1 lakh 1. Okay. We can delete multiple statements also based on our requirement. Okay. Now, similarly, this is our we can directly delete our internal table data. We don't need to user input value. So how we can delete? We can delete with hard coding. So we are deleting. We don't have 1,000. So we will take it as 1 lakh, 1 lakh 2, and we can take it as 10 lakh. Sorry. Okay, we'll deleting all the records from 1 lakh to 10 lakh. So we have not defined any parameters, user input value. We are deleting manually from our side. We are deleting the internal table data where the vendor number lies between 1 lakh to 10 lakh. So what is the syntax? Delete IT underscore LFA1, delete the internal table where listener. Delete the internal table means it will not delete the entire internal table. It will delete only the records based on our syntax. Okay, delete IT underscore LF1 means it will delete from body, not from the header, and it will not delete all the records. It will just, it is just a syntax where listener between 1 lakh to 10 lakh. Okay, this is our syntax. Now we will save the program, check syntax, activate and execute. Let's see how many records. Okay, this is starting from 1 lakh to 10 lakh means this one. Okay. Okay. Now, so we have to delete this, delete based on user input value. We have already covered this one, delete based on user input value. Now this is our delete statement. Okay, delete keyword. Why we are using delete keyword? To delete particular records from internal table. Okay. We'll execute. Why it is not working? Between. Okay. Okay. Maybe it is due to some syntax issue with that. I will see in the next class regarding this. Okay. So this is our delete statement. We'll go to our next program. Okay, we can see the next program in our next class. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel, and we will start our modularization technique in the next class with the last internal table program, and we can start our modularization technique in the next class. Thank you for watching. Thank you.